Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Again, subscribe to us on YouTube, the Stephen Knight Show, and follow us on Instagram, the Stephen Knight Show. All right, I want to talk about two incidents that happened over the week. Well, one came to light over the weekend, happened in December, and one happened yesterday, where um, two men of color were treated horribly by the police. One lost his life. The first one was Lieutenant uh, uh, Caron Nazario. He's a Black and Latin guy who's now suing the police, two police officers in Virginia. Now, this was a man in his uniform. He was driving a brand new Suburban. He had tinted windows, so they couldn't see his 30-day tags in his window that was posted in his window. So they pull him over. He didn't know why he was being pulled over. And so he drove slowly with his signal on to let them know he was going to turn into a lit area because it was dark. He even told the officers, I'm doing this for both of our safeties. So they ended up asking him to get out the car. He said he was scared for his life. He really didn't feel like he didn't want to get out the car. He was scared of his life. And they ended up pepper spraying him. They handcuffed him to the ground. And then they even tried to bribe him into letting it go by saying that if they let it go, then it won't go on his record because he doesn't need that as a lieutenant. One of the officers has since been fired, and the other one he had to get retrained or something. The one that because they were aiming guns at him and all that. But then I also want to talk about police shot and killed 20-year-old Black man yesterday afternoon during a traffic stop in Minneapolis, which obviously the Derek Chauvin case is going on 10 miles away. So apparently the senior officer, he was trying to, so his name is Dwight Wright, that was the person who was murdered, 20 years old. He was trying to flee the crime, and the police officer, who was a senior, instead of grabbing her taser, she grabbed her gun and shot him, and he was killed in one bullet. He didn't manage to drive off, but he later ran to a car where he was killed, where he was pronounced dead. Now, two Minnesota sports teams have postponed the games scheduled for today, just saying that it wasn't right to play for the fans, for the staff, for the players. And then the Minnesota Twins, they sent sympathy to the family. Even Joe Biden made remarks regarding this young man's life is lost. And I think it leads to a different, I was listening to this conversation today where they're saying that when these routine police stops, police are on guard, people of color are on guard. It's like you don't even know how to act. This man was doing everything. They said he had his hands out the window. He showed his hands. He told me when I was taking my seatbelt off, and yet he's still treated like this. Chike, what do you think about these two instances that we're talking about?
I mean, honestly, what can you say? I mean, what can you say? Enough is enough. I honestly don't have any words. I really don't. It's despicable. And, we contribute to the mechanism that is this country. We help make it what it is. And this is how we're treated as citizens. I pay my tax dollars to be abused. That sounds like a bad marriage.
Nayyir?
What do you do in bad marriages?
Man, you might want to come to me last on this. It's too big for me. So I watched this video. I watched both of these videos. The one with the boy getting shot was just uploaded 6 hours ago to, I guess, YouTube or what have you. But I watched both of these, and I watched the video with the officer, the Black and Latin officer being confronted. He did do what they asked him to do as far as keeping his hands out the window. But they asked him to do other things that he did not do. He did not do. I'm not one of those people who agree with just comply either. But what I'm saying is, we know the climate. We know that this is not we're going to be treated the same thing. This is we're going to be killed thing. So unless you're willing to give your life, like wholeheartedly to be able to do what you want to do at a stop, or you're going to do what they're asking you to do. But you got to make, as a Black man, unfortunately, we got to make that decision. Am I willing to die? Am I willing to die on my own too, the way I want to not comply? Or do I want to risk dying even by attempting to comply? You got to make that decision. And if you comply, which is if you do what they ask you to do, we don't know what the outcome may be all the time. We do know what the outcome will very likely be if we don't comply with what they're saying. You're going to get pepper sprayed, you're going to get shot, or you're going to get paralyzed. You're going to die, get hurt, or get pepper sprayed. One of, if you don't comply at all. If you do, we don't really know the possibility of that likelihood of surviving that stop. My thing is get home. That's my thing. Get home. You're more valuable at home. Until this thing is figured out. It's not going to be figured out easily, but that's a big one for me, Steve. You know, we have to do a show on that.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get into the young man who got stopped. Well, I can just say he tried to run away. The chances of you not complying are going to lead to your death. He tried to run away.
Yeah, that's very true. And, you know, I was thinking about it with Lieutenant Nazario, and thankfully he is alive to tell the story. And it's, thank God for body cam, because they lied and reported and said that when he went to go open the door, he hit the guy's hand off, that he hit the police officer's hand off. That's not on the body cam. And then both officers had conflicting stories and reports. But what happened to police officers de-escalating the what's going on?
But that's the thing. Someone else said that to me before. One, we know that that's not the case. It's not the case. It's just not, especially for us. So yeah, that's a great question. What happened to it? But at the same time, until that is answered, and we visibly can see that there's an answer, that's not gonna work for us. We're gonna die.
Yeah.
We're gonna die and get no justice.
I want to know what the thing is that they really train them on when has to do with people of color. What is the real training? What do they really tell them?
Well, they said, you know, even with this Mr. Wright, who was murdered, 20-year-old, they said that apparently there was a case a few years back where the tasers and the gun are put, it was easy to get those confused. So they put in law that they can't be in certain places, so that does not happen when someone was killed before. So if this is a senior police officer, how does she not know to do her job right? Lynia, what are your thoughts on all this?
If you are not competent in your job, then maybe you don't need your job, because there's a difference between a taser and a gun. A gun weighs more than a taser. And generally, tasers that are issued for police departments are of a bright color. They're not like the taser I have is black. And it's thin, and it's, you know what I mean? It's like compact. You can't mistake that for a gun.
Right.
I have a gun that I used in my film, and it looks like a real gun. Heavy like it too. Those two things are completely different. And like Nayyir said, when it comes to de-escalation, they don't know what de-escalation is when it comes to us. They know what it is when it comes to the other people, but they don't know. I've seen other people act a complete fool, spit in, cuss out, kick, scream, holler, punch in the face, kick in the ass, and nothing happens. We've seen them shoot up churches. We've seen them shoot up schools, and they get to go to Burger King and get something to eat. They get to walk out alive.
Yeah.
We've seen that. And we see trauma, and the trauma is repeated all of the time. Even when I've been pulled over. Hi, okay, here are my hands. Like, I'm petrified, and I'm a woman, and I'm petrified because I'm still a woman of color. My hands. All right, I have to reach here to get my license and my registration. ... Can I turn my light on? Like, I hit my video camera. Like, as soon as I know I'm getting pulled over, I'm hitting my video camera. That's what I do. That's my comfort for me in case something happens to me.
Yeah.
So it's not, there's a difference, you know. Nothing is routine when it comes to a cop pulling over a person of color. Nothing is routine. Nothing at all. Because they'll find a reason. Unfortunately, they'll find a reason. And it doesn't matter what it is.
But even the fact they tried to threaten him into just letting it all go so that it wouldn't be on his record.
And it was even more like it was a comment that was made by one of the guys. Oh, if you don't say nothing, we'll get you some water for your eyes. What? Sir, hello? Like, if not for the body cam, let's keep it funky. If not for that body cam, that could have went way worse, and they could have stuck with their lie. So it's something there.
And even when he said, "I'm scared to get out of the car," he said, "You should be."
Said you're about to ride the white lightning. You what do you say? You're fixing to ride the white lightning, boy, or something like that.
It was execution.
Yeah, but do you also see the senior officer instructing the other one what to do?
Yeah,
like he was like not complying with what the senior officer wanted him to do. So he was like, "No, don't do that. Do this." It's
it's just
he was conflicted about what was right and what was wrong. You could tell he was conflicted.
Yeah. We gotta have a show. You gotta have a show about this specifically about
I
this.
agree. I agree.
I definitely agree. Well, thankfully, one survived. Unfortunately, we lost a 20-year-old. I think he had a child too. So, again, another grieving mother and child. All right. Well, when it comes to honoring someone who passed away, it can be done many ways. And while the intention for most seems to be pure, the folks on the internet always seem to have a difference of opinion. Now, Saturday night, Kid Cudi had some folks shook by wearing a floral dress during his performance on Saturday Night Live while performing Sad People. Instead of the focus being on his vocal abilities, people focused on his attire instead. Cudi, who walks to his own beat of his own drum, had several people wondering what the reason behind him wearing the dress. Well, yesterday he decided to share via tweets why he chose that look. Cudi revealed that the dress was created by Virgil Abloh, CEO of fashion brand Off-White, and that the look was dedicated to the late Kurt Cobain from Nevada. Now, this tribute came as the anniversary of Kurt's death just passed. Some fans were familiar with Kurt's wearing a floral dress on the cover of the former British magazine, The Face, in 1994, which was the same year he passed away in his home in Seattle. Cudi tweet, "Virgil designed this dress for me. I told him I wanted to show love to Kurt with a floral print sundress, and this man made a masterpiece. Thank you, Virgil. You a effing genius. Love you, man. We did it." The news didn't stop there. He also revealed the two were doing a fashion collaboration. He tweeted, "We're doing a collaboration with Off-White, and the dress will be included." Now, in addition to his tweets, he retweeted fans showing him love, for what he did. Nayyir, what are your thoughts?
I think sometimes we miss. I think sometimes we miss with our intentions and our actions. I think sometimes we miss. For me, again, this is just my opinion. I think it's a miss. It's not. That wouldn't be a way that I show tribute, but I'm just one opinion out of a million. I think that might have been a miss for me.
Lynia?
I mean, we all have our idols and people that we just, that we admire, that we love in different genres, and how you pay homage to those people, that's a personal preference. I mean, the dress, it seemed a little weird. And I mean, I enjoyed Kurt Cobain, at one point, because I saw somebody put up something like, DMX just died and he doing a tribute to Kurt Cobain. Well, he may not have had an attachment to DMX the way most of us have. That might not have been, his background, and that was more of an attachment to him. So I don't know what his genesis was for doing it. If it was to definitely pay homage, well, you did that and you shocked a little bit out, because that was a whole sundress. But I mean, whatever works for you, Kid Cudi. God bless.
God bless. Chike.
I guess he used what he had to get wanted. He got attention. Every now and then, don't these fellas put on dresses to get attention? I mean, we did have a Dennis Rodman. I mean,
True.
I'm just saying, every now and then the dude to put on a dress. What's Will's son's name? He put on a dress. They put on dress every now and then.
Yeah.
To each his own.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, okay, so you're paying tribute to Kurt Cobain by wearing the dress. It wasn't like Kurt Cobain was known for wearing dresses. He wore a dress one time on the cover of a magazine.
No, the dress was the attention grabber. The dress was to reel you in.
I think it was more to it than just paying tribute for me, because a dress, I mean, and then I saw a side by side of the dresses, and it was way more revealing than Kurt's was.
He looked like he was going to church on Easter Sunday. All he needed was a shawl.
Well, see, you know, like everybody has the right to do what they want to do, I guess. As long as they hurt nobody. Well, you know, it's been years since Janet Jackson performed in the Super Bowl, but it continues to be talked about. Today, stylist responsible for preparing Janet's outfit for the 2004 Super Bowl has opened up about the wardrobe malfunction that happened during her halftime performance with Justin Timberlake, and gave some insight on what really happened. According to Page 6, stylist Wayne Scott Lucas alleges that Justin wanted to outdo his ex-girlfriend Britney Spears' performance. If you recall, remember when Britney, Madonna, and Christina Aguilera, they took the stage at the MTV Awards, I believe, and performed like a virgin, and they came out in wedding dresses, and then at the end they gave each other a kiss. Well, Justin insisted he wanted to do it bigger than that. So Wayne gave more detail to Page 6, advised that Janet was initially supposed to wear a different outfit instead of the leopard coat ensemble that she wore. Instead, a pearl G-string, which was inspired by Kim Cattrall, from Sex and the City, was considered. Many people denied the fact that what happened on stage, where Justin caused Janet's breasts to be exposed, a malfunction, including Wayne. He said, "I wouldn't call it a wardrobe malfunction in a million years. It was most functioning wardrobe history. As a stylist, I did what it was intended to do." Now, if you remember, Justin did apologize last month to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson for his actions on Instagram. He said, "I'm deeply sorry for the times in my life where actions contribute to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right." I always thought that was not a wardrobe malfunction. Chike, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I always felt bad that Janet took the heat for that, and she's still paying for that. Like, she's still banned from TV. I love you, Janet. I don't know. Justin's a sucker.
Lynia, he did apologize last month. And Janet Jackson, she didn't address the apology directly, but she just thanked her fans for their support following his video. Do you think the apology is a little too late?
I do. Like, seriously. And I like Justin Timberlake. But that whole situation with Janet, that whole protect Black women, because, bro, you should have stood up then. Like, you should have shut all that down. And it's amazing how when things happen, she gets boop. Next thing you know, he's no, you should have ate that crow, because you was the one that did all the. Listen, if I did that right now, y'all probably would ban me, but I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, I just, and I love Janet. I'm sorry, me and Chike was drooling over that split she put up on Instagram the other day. Hey,
yeah, she was good.
So no, I don't want your apology, Justin.
The reason why I never thought it was a wardrobe malfunction, I thought it was done on purpose, because she had the thing over her nipple, the ring over her nipple.
The tassel?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That was purely Janet, though. That's Janet, for real. That's her.
He knew it too. They both knew it, but which was wrong. She took the heat. Nayyir, what are your thoughts on all this?
I didn't know that hurt her. Did that hurt her career or something? I thought it was planned, and two, I didn't know that it hurt her career. I thought it boosted. I thought it boosted some things for her. That actually hurt her career.
She got banned.
Yeah, she was banned from television for a while.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Even still, like, you don't see Janet on TV. Like
and you had to pay.
don't
She
see.
had to pay a fine. I think it was a fine. The FCC fine did some fines and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that hurt her career. And like I said, like Steve said, she had the thing over her nipple, so I thought it was totally planned. And if it didn't work the way they thought it was going to work, but I thought it was planned. I'm pretty certain that she knew that was the plan,
Well,
it might just backfire.
She said it was supposed to be a rip away, right? But there was another piece of fabric underneath covering, and he ripped both.
Sure. Like that man said, he made that wardrobe and he did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
But we love Janet. We love Janet either way.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
We do. Well, Lynia and Nayyir, thank you so much for Hot Topics. Hope you all have a great week. Chike, I'll see you in movie review.
Yes, sir.
Our interview with the talented Roger Ortega. Right back after this.